when I'm at home on my own and I'm listening to my cleaning music is basically Eminem from back in the day, like Marshall Mathers.
Sometimes I literally will wash up the plate fully, put it in the dishwasher.
It comes out dirtier.
Yeah, because it's been like splattered by like other food from another plate. I actually enjoy ironing.
What?
No, I do. Welcome to episode 13 of the Fun Dad Dean and Wife Unfiltered podcast. I am Dean.
And I am Sara.
And we have started this podcast to give a true representation of parenting.
We like to give an unfiltered, realistic view of what it is like to be working parents, juggling working, parenting, and actually trying to have a life ourselves. And now the summer holidays are in full swing. We really need today's podcast to escape from the kids and their many demands.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button so we can alert you when we release more parenting mayhem. Yeah, so we like to kick off the podcast with a little roundup of what's been happening. So we've been in our caravan the last couple of weeks, cooped up. And I've got to say, I'm actually starting to miss a school run.
Are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like a little bit of normality and the routine and stuff.
Yeah, there's just so much mayhem. And I know I'm trying to work from the caravan, so Sara's been quite good getting the kids away from me. But even that's a challenge, isn't it?
Well, I think the thing is, like, as a teacher, I still have to see the summer holidays as like a blessing. Like, and I'm not being sarcastic there, because I have to see that as a blessing, because like, obviously there's swings and roundabouts, like it's a long 6 weeks off with the kids. But on the days where maybe like they're testing me more than usual or they're being more demanding, I have to like take a deep breath, think back and think, do you know what? All those times I moan about being a working mum and I'm constantly moaning about working, I think to myself, no, I can't moan about the holidays as well. Like, otherwise I'm just moaning all the time.
All right, well, over the next few weeks when we're here, I'm going to test you to that. As soon as you start moaning, I'm going to go, no, you are not moaning during these 6 weeks. This is my
grateful time with the children.
It's going to be our grateful time with the children. We'll see how we get on.
Yeah.
I mean, the way Ruby was testing us this morning, I don't think that's going to be the case.
I know, she's just turned into this, like, everything's in a minute, or I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to do that. And I'm like, please, can you just come to me the first time I ask? Like, that would be fantastic. Like, when I want to do her hair, for example, for the day, it's like, oh, I'm just doing this, I'm just doing that.
Yeah, I was thinking this morning she's going to go for a little spell of it being quite difficult.
Do you think?
Yeah, because everything you ask her to do now, if either she cries, like if you say no, she'll cry pretty much. And then if you ask her to do something, as you said, it's always in the minute, or it's always a good 5 or 6 times asking her. And I even put the Joe Frost advice in from the last episode by going to her face and asking her, and you still have to ask her multiple times.
Nothing works. Hopefully it's just a phase and she's just kind of testing us and she'll grow out of it.
She's still amazingly cute and all that, but yeah, she's going through this little phase now of definitely testing some more barriers.
Do you know what though? I feel like I've come to realise, and I was thinking about this, and bear with me here, but I've come to realise I don't think that it's actually the kids that are the problem. Like me asking Ruby, like, come and get your hair done. It's because I'm always in a rush. There's always other things to do. There's always a to-do list. There's always things that have to be done, like, around them. And it's not actually the kids that are my problem, I don't think. I actually like spending time with the kids. But I think what I struggle with is everything that comes with the kids, like the mess, the cleaning, the constant rushing around, like the worry of this and that, and like my constant mental to-do lists. That's my problem.
Yeah,
not the kids themselves.
If we were just parenting our kids with no job, no housework, all that done for us, I think you would. Yeah, you should just sole focus would be on the kids. It would be a lot easier, wouldn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, like it got me thinking. I thought to myself, do you know what? Like, if we, I don't know, won the lottery, then I would think, do you know what? If I had a cook, a cleaner, a housekeeper, would I be a better parent? Or one step further, would I be even happier?
I think I would.
Do you?
I think if I was a millionaire, the first thing I would buy is not a new car.
No.
Probably not, maybe not even a new house, not even any of that stuff. I would get a full-time maid. I would get a stay-at-home nanny. So then,
Oh no, I wouldn't want a nanny.
not a
That's
nanny.
no. That's
Wouldn't want
no.
a
You're
nanny.
misinterpreting the
So what
point
would you want then?
completely
What would you
here.
want then? A cleaner?
I want somebody to take out the jobs. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it's not the kids aren't the problem. Me spending time with the children isn't the
Yeah,
problem.
but who
So,
else would do those jobs then?
well, what I mean is, me, I'm quite happy to spend the time with the kids. I love that aspect of it. What I don't like is the aspect of the mess. Like, for example, so Ruby's in the kitchen and she wants to do some arts and crafts because she's really arty and she loves all that. And obviously that does come with mess or whatever.
Yeah.
And she might say to me, like, I'd say I've like just come back from the Asda shop. I need to unpack the Asda shop. I'm looking around the house and I'm like, oh, I need to hoover. There's a washing in the machine. I need to hang that up. And I'm thinking of all my jobs. When she says to me, Mummy, will you come and do some arts and crafts with me? I'm probably not going to react in the same way as if my house was immaculate.
Yeah, I know.
Like if the house was immaculate, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Like let's crack on. Let's do some arts and crafts. Let's have some fun. But in reality, I'm not, because like I just feel like when there's housework to be done in the house, it makes me more prone to snapping and not necessarily engaging with their play, because I'm more like, oh, like not now, mummy's got to do this or mummy's got to do that, or do you know what I mean? Like, I've got dinner ready.
I done a video on this because I remember thinking this on a Saturday morning. Daisy was like, "Can you come and play with me?" And I remember just downstairs being a complete disaster, as it usually is. And I remember thinking to myself, "No, I'm just gonna no, Daisy, I can't. I've got to get this downstairs sorted." And I remember saying, "No," I remember thinking, "No, sod the housework, just sod it." And then I played with her, and we had a great time, like colouring and that. But I know what you mean. You kind of, yeah. Because at the end of the day, the kids aren't going to remember the housework, the tidy house and the housework you did.
No.
It's going to be you playing with them and you giving them time.
I think that's the thing. I think I could probably try and get better at not letting like the mess and the jobs, like in the house and all the to-do list get to me so much, and just enjoy the kids more. Like, I feel like that is something that I really need to work on, because not playing with them like contributes to my ever ending list of mum guilt that I have, and my ever feeling of mum guilt. But then maybe I'd feel guilty because jobs aren't done. I don't know.
The only thing I struggle with is if the house is really messy downstairs, I struggle to kind of focus on that because I just can't be around that much mess. So I at least have to get to a point of.
Thing is, the mess we're talking about here, like we're not actually raging
No, it's
tramps.
not trampy. It's just like normal, like where the kids have played. Like maybe sometimes a bit of mess in the kitchen where they've been drawing and stuff, but it's never really immaculate unless we've got people coming over. Then it gets to like showroom standard for about 10 minutes and then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like sometimes there might be scenarios where, we're getting annoyed with the kids. Yeah, so I feel like I'm getting annoyed and irritated by them. But actually, is it them that I'm annoyed with? Is it actually them, or is it just because I am stressed and overwhelmed by other things?
I think it's a bit of both.
Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like yeah, even if you didn't have that other stuff and you were still parenting, you'd still be like, she's not listening to me. Like I've asked her to do something 5 times and she's still not doing it. You still get frustrated. I've got one though, because I'm bad. Say if my phone goes off, or I'm reading a text message or something from work's on my phone and one of the kids comes over to me, I find myself getting like frustrated with them then. Like they're interrupting that, which shouldn't be the case at all. So I done something in the morning. I started this a little while ago and I've sort of gone off track, but no phone until 9 o'clock. So I'm not allowed to look at my phone until 9 o'clock. I don't really need to for work or anything, really. And I did find those mornings way more peaceful.
Yeah.
Felt way more in control of everything. I was just literally, in my mind was like, this is about these 2 hours about the kids.
Yeah.
Only the kids. No phone. Unless you called me or something about the kids, I was allowed to answer it in my mind.
Yeah.
But that was it. And I did feel that those mornings, I was getting less frustrated. They were much calmer in the house. Yeah, but I have kind of just drifted back a bit. Because my first reaction when I wake up is like, sometimes you look at your phone, or how's the social media going, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And you kind of get lured into it.
See, I'm the opposite. I think because my phone is locked away in the drawer at work pretty much all day from say 7, 7:30 when I get there until when I leave later on after school, I say that's my time, kind of when I'm in bed in the morning, just to quickly check my phone, send the messages I need to send, get organised for the day. And again, the same at bedtime, because then when I get in from work, it's like kids, dinner, washing, cleaning, sorting. And then when I get into bed again, that's my time. So I
Yeah.
don't get a minute in the day. But that's sad, really, that we haven't coordinated that, because sometimes I feel really bad. Like, you come up to bed and you leave your phone downstairs on charge, and I'm kind of like looking at my phone thinking, I feel really rude on Dean now.
Yeah, they're my big things. I try and not look at it in the morning, even though I have done recently. And then before bed, I'll leave it downstairs on charge.
Yeah.
But even recently, I've been like lying in bed at 10:30, can't sleep, and I'll be like, just pop back downstairs and get it.
Yeah, but that's because you read. You do.
I
You
do read
and
on it,
stuff.
yeah. But then even then, I get lured from reading to doing something else. To doing so, yeah. But no, I would say they're the two things I need to work on, and I think that would make me much more patient around the kids as well. On the weekend as well, maybe have a day. I tried that, a day where you don't have your phone at all, and that you don't look at it for like one of the days. I think I started doing it on a Sunday or Sunday. Even then, I felt more at peace, more like.
I remember you did it once. We went on like a family day out and you didn't take your phone. But I remember feeling really frustrated because I thought, I'm taking all these lovely pictures of you and the kids. You haven't taken one of me because you didn't have your phone.
The only problem with me and not having a phone is because social media is a big part of what I do. It feels like you need to be on it all the time. So when you're not on it, you're like, am I missing out? Should I be posting? Should I be doing this? And your mind's like, but then after a few hours without it, it's easier.
Yeah.
That's what I find. But
the thing is, so it got me thinking, right? If you could just say like Mary Poppins vibes, okay? If there was 3 household tasks you never had to do again, and the household tasks could just disappear, and you could just click your fingers like Mary Poppins and they would be done, which ones would you get rid of?
First one would definitely be putting clothes away.
No, that's my one.
That has got to be the worst job humanity has ever presented a household. Putting clothes away. And I feel like that is the predominantly of our mess in our house, just like piles of clothes. We're not that messy with other stuff. It's just literally clothes, because both of us hate doing it. And sometimes I'll like on a Saturday maybe go, look, I've got an hour here. Just set your timer for 1 hour and put the clothes.
I don't even think it takes an hour, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. But in your mind, it feels like it's this massive job.
And then once like 15 minutes.
And then once you get into a bit of a routine with it, it's that good. But I hate that. Yeah.
Can I tell you one little thing, if you don't mind, about when you put clothes away? Go on. So I spend ages organising my wardrobe and the kids' wardrobe into like t-shirts, vest tops, long sleeve tops, jumpers, dresses, like all that. And then when you put the clothes away, I really appreciate it, obviously, but you don't adhere to my organisation rules. And then I just get annoyed with you. I think, he's put the washing away. Yeah, but he's put it all away in the wrong fucking place.
My organisation skills are absolutely rock bottom.
They are.
I just literally
I'm like, it's clearly dresses there. Like sometimes I'll be looking for a top and I find it in amongst my
mind goes, how can I get these clothes into this wardrobe as quickly as humanly possible so I'm not so bored that I want to like. Oh.
Yeah, but just stick to my organisation, because obviously I can't find anything and I have to redo it.
I do try.
Okay, all right. So that's your number one then. Yeah. So putting clothes away. But I'm also going to say that one too. So that's good. Okay. What would your number 2 be? So a household job you would never have to do again.
Probably tidying Ruby's room.
Yes.
That gets obliterated very quickly.
Yeah.
And because it's so little toys and little pieces.
The Barbie bits and the LOL dolls.
Sometimes I'm just like, I feel bad. Like, you can't really just pick them all up and just dump them somewhere, because then she can't play with it again. It's all lost. So you have to like pick up every little bit and put it in each bit. And
when I tidy up though, I look at it like, say she's had a friend round and they've been playing with Barbie toys. I don't want to tidy it up unless I can tidy it up properly. So sometimes I might leave it for a few days, because the extent at which I have to tidy up when I tidy up the Barbie stuff, I have to like pair the shoes, and I get really frustrated if I'm like missing.
As long as it's in the same vicinity as each other, that's quite organised for me. So no, I don't have to worry about that.
Right,
but I did it last time, didn't I? I did the Ruby's room last time. Did a right job actually.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, just didn't put the clothes away in the right place. So you're gonna say putting away clothes. Oh yeah, and the socks. Why are there so many socks? Like the sock situation.
See, socks.
Everyone has that,
Socks. I
surely.
never actually do. So if there's a pile of clothes,
I know you never do the socks.
Clothes I can do, but if there's a pile of socks, I'll just kind of hide them somewhere, and I think somehow Sara might do them.
Interesting you said
Can't
that,
do 'em.
because I got a suitcase out before we packed for Wales, and I opened it up and it was just full of socks.
Yeah, I know that suitcase. I just kept topping them up.
I literally opened the suitcase. I was like, oh, here's all the socks. Dean's just hidden them in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Really helpful.
Yeah, I don't like doing that.
No. All right, you got one more. What would you get rid of?
This is quite a stupid thing, but I hate doing it just because it doesn't work. Probably empty the dishwasher. Because our dishwasher, I know people are going to go clean the filter, clean this, clean that, and do this. We've tried all that. I think our water pressure's not as good. So every time you open it, it's like the plates are still dirty. Sometimes I literally will wash up the plate fully, put it in the dishwasher.
It comes out dirtier.
Yeah, because it's been like splattered by like other food from another plate. It really winds me up because sometimes I'll just wash it up and I'm
You
like,
just wash it up then.
no, I do.
Yeah.
But then you're like putting it in the dishwasher and I'm like, well,
No, I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher if you washed it up, you plum.
okay.
Would I?
Yeah, but emptying the dishwasher is an absolute. Sometimes I open it, I'm like, oh, and just close it again.
Yeah, I have noticed that as well.
You had a go at me the other day about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're the jobs I hate. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, yeah, definitely putting away the washing. I don't know why I hate that so much. Maybe if we had one of those amazing walk-in wardrobes that people have. Lucky, very lucky if you have one of those. Maybe I'd find it more fun putting the clothes away. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to cram them into this tiny space in our bedrooms, and it annoys me. So yeah, putting clothes away. Tidying the toys. I feel like I'm going to copy you with that one as well, because it's I love cleaning. Cleaning is my vibe. Like, I love cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the kitchen, like getting in the nooks and crannies, emptying all the cupboards from the kitchen, and then cleaning the shelves and putting everything back. I really enjoy that.
You might spend say a day off or whatever, and you might spend hours cleaning.
Yeah.
But not necessarily tidying. So I'll come back, and I'm not saying it's really messy, but sometimes it's not that tidy. But you do clean. So I'll come back and I'll be like,
what has she done today?
Why is that stuff all over there? But then I'm thinking, you have cleaned? Because I don't necessarily notice cleaning. I notice clutter.
There's jobs that you don't even know I do, like cleaning. Like, we've got like a velvet bed and a velvet sofa, and that just attracts dust. I find it really frustrating. But I get like a lint roller, and I get all the dust off everything, and I hoover everything, and you just, anyway, whatever.
I'll be looking at you like, what are you doing that for? There's toys on the floor over there. Because my mind just sees the mess.
No,
I don't
cleaning.
see dust.
Got to be clean. I'd probably go for number 3. This is really lazy. Number 3, I'm going to go for cooking dinner.
You're good though.
I know. No, I like. Okay, maybe. All right, cooking the kids' dinner then. All right, I don't mind making our dinner. I'm quite. I enjoy cooking our dinner. You know, we can have lots of flavours and it can be delicious, and I can do that. And we like generally the same thing. But making the kids' dinner, I'm done with it. I'm done with thinking about it. I'm done with making it. I'm done with them not eating it. Somebody else can do that job.
I think the main thing for you is it's not necessarily the cooking it. Cooking it, I think you find fine. It's the fact you've cooked it and then they don't. The pressure of them eating it, because it's so hit and miss.
But also sometimes I even get mum guilt about what I'm giving them for dinner. Like if it's a day where we're quite rushed, or we need to get off to a club, or we need to do something, and they've got a beige plate of chicken nuggets and chips, I even feel guilty about that. I just need to stop with the mum guilt.
Because when I have a Monday, I just do the same. I just don't take any decision into it. I was doing the same dinner every single Monday. So they get chicken nuggets, chips, broccoli, and bread and butter. And that is what they get every single Monday. And Daisy looked the other day and she goes, "What a surprise, we've got this."
Attitude.
But they always eat that.
Yeah.
Another technique I do is, so if I pick them up at 20...
You're giving me advice.
Well, for the listeners as well, they probably know what they're doing, but I'm just a little thing that's worked for me. If I pick them up on a Monday, I put their dinner in 20, I put it in the oven, then go and pick them up, come back and it's done, and then they eat it straight away. And I find that settles their hunger from basically eating nothing during the day, because they're not very good with their lunch boxes.
No.
And then they don't snack before dinner, so then end up eating it.
Yeah, it's the snacking. Like they come in the house from school and they're ravenous, and they're going through the fridge and they're going through the cupboard, and I'm going, hold on, you're going to have dinner. Yes, that's a good little tip, actually. Maybe I'll pop it in.
Yeah, and also it stops the frustration, because when I was doing it before, I would do dinner much later, but I was trying to stop them from snacking, but they were starving. So I was going, no, you've got dinner in an hour, don't snack. But then there was some friction there because they were starving. I was telling them not to snack, and it was just
and
not
then you got
working.
the hangry situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're hangry. I'm getting frustrated. It's just not a good
It's
mix.
not happening.
Not a good mix.
I tell you what, though, I bet there's a lot of people out there screaming at us. The ironing. I would take away the ironing.
We don't iron.
We don't iron.
Well,
I was talking to my friend about this the other day. So we were at my friend's house and she had this massive pile of ironing. She's like, oh, yeah, I've got loads of ironing to do. And I was thinking, we don't
Is
iron
there some
anything.
science behind ironing, though? Because I actually enjoy ironing.
What?
No, I do.
What
So
do you enjoy it? You never do it.
No. So if Daisy comes down and says, Daddy, will you iron that? Or you say iron a top, I'll be like, yeah, of course. And I enjoy like the therapeuticness of it. That word? Therapy of it, maybe. But I actually enjoy ironing. I don't know. I'm not joking.
All right, there we go.
I think if you gave me a pile of clothes and went, look, iron them for an hour, I'd enjoy that far more than putting them away.
Oh.
Way more.
Okay, I'll give you my ironing more then. I have got tops in my wardrobe that I just don't even bother wearing because they need ironing.
Do you know the bit for me is
So
actually getting
lazy.
the ironing board out? If I had the ironing board out with the iron there, it'd be like, that's a lot of the friction taken away from me.
Yeah, I wonder what other people's would be though. I wonder if you could take away 3 household jobs from your life, what would they be and never have to do them again?
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
I think we should do a poll on that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question.
See what it'll be.
That's a good question.
That brings us on to our wanker of the week. And this week, our wanker of the week is not related to social media or anything like that. I'm hoping it's something actually that we can all relate to, and it's just a niggle, but it's been driving me insane. And I hope none of you come under this wanker category this week. But basically, there's a story behind it. So Ruby was coming home from school earlier on, just before we broke up from school, and there was a Range Rover driver. Why is it always the Range Rover drivers? Had mounted the pavement.
Probably offended a good proportion of our listeners there.
Had mounted the pavement and was covering half the pavement, just a few meters down from the school or whatever. Passenger door was open and it was forcing the kids to kind of squeeze past between this bush that was covered in stinging nettles and their passenger door. So everyone's walking out of school, and it wasn't just Ruby this happened to, but basically it forced Ruby to squeeze past into this bush of stinging nettles. Now obviously she's only 5, she doesn't know the difference between a bush and a stinging nettle bush, so she's been like almost forced into this stinging nettle bush, and she's stung all the backs of her legs, and she's screaming and she's crying. She had like one of those play suits on, like the school uniform play suit.
Because I was working from home, wasn't I? And you called me and went, Dean, come down and help us. I thought like I was going to turn up.
Well, no, I can't carry her.
You know, yeah, I thought I was going to turn up and there's going to be like this major situation. She was like laughing by the time I got there. I was like,
the sting
I literally
away.
was sprinting up the road thinking something bad. Like really, she was stung. It was hurting, but
yeah. But the bubbles, like all the bubbles came up on her legs instantly. And I just looked at this driver of this car and I just thought, why have you parked like an absolute twat? Like there's literally a space, like just 20 metres down there. Don't be so lazy. Because it wasn't just Ruby that got stung. You'd think in your head, wouldn't you? Oh, I might need to move my car because all these kids are getting stung by a stinging nettle bush. No.
There is a bit of an issue with the parking round by that school, though. People do park weirdly, don't they?
Yeah.
And also people...
What?
People drive there when they could walk. Like, don't you feel like there doesn't need to be so many cars around that school when there's
it's only a 3-minute walk.
Like I live probably, I'd say 5-minute walk to the school.
Not even 5 minutes.
Not even 5 minutes.
3.
There's people that live closer to me, because I know where they live obviously, and they drive. And I'm like, that is scarily lazy. I gotta be honest, scarily bad. So I would, for a start, I find
there's nowhere to park.
For a start, I find the frustration of trying to park just too much because there's nowhere to park. So people park in all sorts of, like you just said, chaotic places which are causing issues. So you just walk out your door and just walk up the road. There's no issue at all, is there?
I know, just walk up the road. I mean, maybe if it was absolutely pouring down with rain, I might nip up the road a little bit, or if I'm driving off somewhere else. But I just think, like, absolute wankers of the week is anyone who parks by a stinging nettle bush and forces children into stinging nettle bushes. Anyone who parks over somebody's drive Don't do that to people. That's really bloody annoying, isn't
You
it?
mean our next door neighbour?
Eh? She doesn't park over our drive.
Just on it.
And also, what else annoys me, just while we're on this subject, is people that park on the double yellow lines or on the corner, like where the kids go to school. As you're walking up the road, you know the corner. There's like a corner where everyone crosses the road, and sometimes parked cars, often the Range Rovers, will. Sorry if you own a Range Rover.
Imagine if someone who's doing that, listening to this podcast, and they're like, and they do it.
Well, hopefully move your car because it's not safe.
And they do it next time, and we're walking up, and they're like, "Is this parking okay for you, Dean?"
I'll be like, "No, you're a wanker." But they park on
embarrassing.
I don't care. They park on the corner, and then children are trying to cross the road, and you can't see to cross the road. It's dangerous. Like, there's yellow lines there next to a school for a reason, because if you park there, we cannot see to cross the road. It is not safe. Just go and park in the parking space. That is about a 30-second walk down the road. Don't be so lazy.
Yeah, don't park there, and also buy your teacher a present. Otherwise, Sara gets very, very emotional.
Got a bit of a rant about that one today, didn't I? But yeah, that's the Wanker of the Week segment for this week. Done. I won't go on about it anymore. But I also won't address the people parking like that either, because I'm too scared. Are you the person that would ever say, "Don't park there"? Or you've parked a bit like a twat
I would never ever do that.
No, me neither.
I'm just not confrontational. I hate all that. I'm just a bit like, in my head I'd think, what a knob, but I would never actually go and say to them, unless I thought they were actually really putting someone at danger. Then I'd probably be like, "No, that ain't on, mate."
Yeah.
But if it was a bit like,
well, even when Ruby got stung, I just glared at them. But
yeah, that's kind of what I would do.
She was my priority in that instance. There's no point me starting a row because she was my priority.
It's like those melons that park in mother and babies when they got like a dog and they ain't got any kids. They're as bad.
No.
Oh, don't get me started. That's probably for another one, but don't get me started on those people. Parking these massive spaces and they ain't got kids.
Or, you know, the people that take up 2 spaces because they've got a fancy car. Maybe they've got a fancy car.
That's me, because I can't park.
Oh.
I can't park. Anyway,
we digress. But recently, I did before we went to Wales, I was thinking to myself, I need to have a really good clear out here. I need to have a really good clean, a deep clean of the house downstairs, because that's one of my favourite things to do on my day off, which is a bit sad.
When's that going to happen then?
No, well, that's different now. We're at the caravan. But my guilty pleasure is listening to music really loudly when I clean. Like, literally, Alexa has to be on full blast. Sorry to the neighbours. But I just find that so motivating when I'm cleaning, to have it really loud and on. And then there was a day, and you work from home, and I was thinking, oh my God.
I actually got quite offended that day. That was last week. On the Thursday, I thought, I'll work from home today, so me and Sara could spend some time together. Obviously, I'll still be working, but when she's in the house, you know, feels like you're sort of together. And she went, because I haven't got a car at the moment, because, you know, the Astra's gone and I haven't got a new one yet.
We're down to one car.
She has to drop me in. So she was like, "Oh, I'm dropping you in." And I was like, No, I'm going to work from home today. And you look like someone just trod on your cat or something. Just looked really.
I didn't want you there. I needed my guilty pleasure. I was in the zone. I was all up for it. And so then I wanted to put my music on and, like, you know, listen to my angry cleaning music. And Dean's like, "Oh, just put the AirPods in." But what Dean didn't know is that when I'm at home on my own and I'm listening to my cleaning music is basically Eminem from back in the day, like Marshall Mathers. So I'm just like, that's what I want to listen to. So and part of that journey for me, part of my cleaning journey, is actually like singing along and like rapping along.
No wonder you're so aggressive.
So I am really aggressive, but I need that. That's like my downtime. So
Downtime?
And I don't even know that I'm like singing along. So I'm there, you know, got my marigolds on and I'm cleaning the side and I'm like, "Bitch, I'ma kill you. You don't want to fuck with me." You ain't nothing but a slut to me.
His best one's fight music.
Yeah, I love it. So
Love fight music.
I'm just in the house and I don't realise that I was singing along. So I've got these AirPods in and I'm just rapping along and Dean's literally like, "Shut up, what are you doing?" Because it probably sounds even worse, me just randomly
it's driving me nuts.
Spouting all my shit from Eminem. I love it. Stan's another good one.
There's me thinking I'm going to have a nice quiet day at home and I've got you doing that in the kitchen while I'm trying to answer emails.
I love it. And it got like what and it got me thinking like what do people cling to? What is your guilty pleasure maybe in the car or in the gym or like what do you listen to? Because I've got a sneaky feeling what you listen to in the gym.
You don't even want to know.
I do want to know. I feel everyone wants to know because it is so bad. It is so cringe and it is something that you would never expect. And I'm going to put you on the spot and I want you to be honest.
I've actually gone off it because I've listened to it so much on repeat. I've actually gone off it, but it's I've got a few at the minute.
No, be honest.
No. Let's just start with okay stuff. So Tiesto's a good one for me at the minute. I don't mind that.
Bullshit. That's your standard. Go back and tell people what you really listen to in the gym.
Well, I've listened to what My Heart Will Go On.
Dean's lifting weights in the gym and it's like every night.
But that isn't even the worst of it, because because I listened to that till I couldn't listen to that anymore. But then now I found a remix of it, so now it's got like I like go through like
what a remix of My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah, but there's like 3 different trancey remixes that I kind of hop to it between.
Who has done a trance remix?
And you don't even know. You don't even know what I've been listening to recently. I found the last scene of Armageddon, the film.
Yeah.
Where they like come out and he's like save the world, and he comes out. There's like a track to that.
Right.
So
Has it got words?
No. What is words?
You found like a movie soundtrack instrumental piece that you will listen to in the gym.
Do you know that scene in Armageddon where he comes out of like the plane and he's like obviously the dad's set off the detonator and save the world. There's this music in the background. There's another character in it where the dad is like a bit of a loser, but he went up and helped save the world, and now his kid wants to know him and all this. And they meet again when they come back out. And there's music that. I was watching that in the gym and I had like tears coming down my eyes. I was like, what the fuck is going on in here?
I remember as well in the mornings. I mean, I don't know where you get your taste in music from. It's actually deathly. And I remember, do you remember Paul Potts?
Nessun Dorma. Oh, it's a cracking song. And he does it the best.
Have you listened to that in the gym?
Yeah. Yeah. But then again, I like tech house as well. I like all kinds of stuff. I just
stop trying to redeem yourself.
If I like the sound of it, it's getting. Remember that one by David Guetta recently? That one, that last summer one, where I just kept playing that.
You just play songs on repeat and repeat and repeat, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, so funny. But I actually have got a guilty pleasure as well, but I don't find this weird. Other people might find this weird, but I don't. So basically, I love a Disney sing-along as well. And every time I put a Disney song on, particularly this Disney soundtrack that I listen to, it reminds me, I've got really amazing memories of when I went on a weekend away with some friends. And we went to Tenby in Wales, big up the Wales again. And we were literally in a hot tub in the middle of the day. And I was in my 20s. And we were just blasting out Disney's greatest hits, right? Like, we're literally in this hot tub, like, the circle of life.
Yeah, that's a cracker as well.
I'm literally loving life in this hot tub, like Hakuna Matata, like whatever. And we're all drinking, and we're literally, I mean, the poor neighbours, anyone in Tenby that day was just listening to us belt out these Disney tunes. But it was one of the best memories. And every time now that I watch a Disney film, or I'm cleaning with my Disney music on, or I put it on in the car for the kids, it like brings back that memory.
I think that's the best thing about music, though. That's one of the best things. The nostalgia of it. Like, that's why people do that, I guess.
But it got me really, really thinking, and I thought, do you know what? Like, there must be research out there about the like psychological benefits of music, because I absolutely love listening to music from my youth. Do you?
Yeah, definitely. My Heart Will Go On was like, when did that come out? 1990. Titanic was 1998, 12. Yeah.
Do you know that? Oh, that's a good memory.
Yeah, something like that. 1998.
Weird fact. There you go. You can use that one day in a pub quiz. But
Celine Dion.
I like a bit of old school garage, or a bit in R&B, or obviously Eminem, because I remember listening to that in my house. Do you remember when you used to get the CDs, and the CDs would come with the insert at the front, and you'd pull it out and it would have all the lyrics to all the songs? You won't remember that. You're not a lyrics man. For anyone listening, they used to do that with their CDs. So you'd pull the CD front cover out, like the paper bit, and it would have all the lyrics. And I just used to sit in my room for hours learning the lyrics to all the songs.
You could listen to a song I'd say 3 times, and you would know every word to that song.
Yeah.
I could listen to a song 3,000 times and I wouldn't know a sentence. And you would know, I don't listen to the word. I can hear them, but I don't take them in as in a story throughout the song. I just like the sound of stuff. Whereas you're like, oh, listen to these words in the song. How's it making you feel? I'm like, don't know. Can't. That's just so weird, isn't it? Like
I listen to every word.
And Daisy's got that from you because she can reel off songs, whereas Ruby can't string a sentence together from a song.
I know. Ruby's definitely your daughter with that. But I was looking into it and I thought, do you know what? Music can really have, for me as well, and I'm sure loads of people listening do exactly what I do. I couldn't clean without it. I couldn't be in a long car journey without it. Like, music for me definitely can directly influence my mood, especially music from my kind of teens and early 20s, you know, that kind of vibe. I associate music with certain things that had happened in my life. So I Googled it, and there is actually research that suggests, research that has found that the music we listen to as teenagers binds our brains differently to anything else we're going to hear as adults. So the music you listen to as a teen, because your brain is still developing and, you know, you're still becoming the adult that you are. So apparently it's a phenomenon known as neural nostalgia. So that is why there's actually scientific evidence to back up why as adults, we still tend to enjoy the nostalgia of listening to the songs that we did when we were younger. That's why when I'm looking for music to play, I don't automatically go to the top 40 now. I'll go to that memory that creates that nostalgia feeling in me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't go in the gym without music. If I walk in the gym and I forgot my headphones, I might as well walk back out. I literally may as well walk back.
Really?
I'm in there like, oh my God, get me out of here.
Well, you really need Celine Dion to get yourself pumping.
But if I've got my headphones, I could stay in there.
Potts.
I only literally go in the gym to listen to music.
Okay.
Like, if they weren't combined, I don't think I could go in there.
So it's made me think, though, as parents, how can we use music to, you know, uplift, influence, or whatever our children? Because it got me thinking, you know, like, as a teen, obviously for me, I was going up into my room listening to angry Eminem music. I mean, I don't know why I was doing that, but anyway, I also used to love a Shanties album.
And you weren't a great teen, were you?
I wasn't a great teen. I was a nightmare. I was a complete rebel, but that's the story for another day. But how, as parents, can we use music to support our teens with, you know, their self-expression? You know, maybe it will help to reduce their isolation, lift their mood, you know, and act as a positive distraction to negative thoughts, because we've already discussed today how music can change your mood. So it's just something as a parent I'd never really thought about, you know, encouragement of genres of music to listen to, types of music to listen to, artists to listen to. But maybe it's just another thing as parents we should just, you know, think about and encourage music with our children.
Can you decide what they're going to like, though? Because when I'm listening to something, I just either like it or I don't. I'm not making a conscious choice there. It's just, you know, you listen to a song, you're like, oh, that's a banger. That's a banger. I don't know what it is that makes it a banger. Well, I don't, but...
So I'd say you go for, like, the beat of the music.
Sound.
Or the sound of it. Whereas I'm really about the lyrics and the meaning of the song as well. I really like the lyrics.
Yeah.
So it's interesting what people like. But I think music can be such a source of pleasure. I think as parents, we should be helping our children to make music choices or develop their kind of passion for music.
We do that, though, because our kids are well into dancing and well into listening to music. Like, Alexa's on every minute of the day pretty much, which I try not to get too far. And I do, some of the songs are like, you know, aren't quite my cup of tea they're playing, obviously. But we do try and foster that, don't we? And if they do put on a song where we're like, nah, this ain't happening, it's like, you know.
It's like Daisy loves a really a radio edit of a Nicki Minaj song. And when you're listening to it on the radio, it's fine. But then when she goes to play it on Alexa, it's Starship. And it goes, I'm higher than a motherfucker. Like that one.
She doesn't even really know what that means. Though.
No,
Not
she
yet.
doesn't. But I don't want her
Hopefully
singing
not.
along to that.
No.
So and I tried to say to Alexa, sorry if anyone's got their Alexa in their kitchen now and their Alexa's just going crazy. But I say to, Alexa, play Nicki Minaj Starship or whatever. I don't know how to make her play the clean version. If anyone knows how to make Alexa play the clean version of songs, then
what if
please let me know.
What if they're playing this podcast through the Alexa and then you ask the Alexa to do something? Would it like circle itself?
I don't know.
That just came into my mind then.
Sorry if it has, and now your Alexa's playing Nicki Minaj. But I had this conversation with my mum because when I was growing up, do you remember that song? And it was like, I'm horny, 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 horny. Do you remember that song? Of
course I do.
But I remember my mum, we'd be driving, and that was just a radio edit. So we'd be driving to school and she'd have me and my sisters and my brothers all in the back singing that. And she used to hate it. And she'd think, I need to turn this off. Like, what?
Yeah, because you're just singing.
We didn't have a clue what we were singing. So we're just all in the back going, I'm horny. Like, it's so inappropriate when you think back. Ooh. But I remember my mum saying, I didn't really know what to do. Like, do I turn it off? Do I make a thing of it? Like, they don't know what they're singing.
If Daisy was singing that in our car, I would turn that off. Fucking hell. Yeah, no, that's grim.
But yeah, I mean, I remember the lyrics to every song. I can remember the lyrics to all songs, and then I'll go to the shop and I can't remember why I was there. It's so weird how the brain works. But I remember being at school and doing my PE GCSE, and I really struggled with learning at school and trying to remember things. I'm not really a very good exam person. I can't remember stuff. But I remember for the circulatory system.
Yeah, it's all right.
Is that what you say? Yeah.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah. We made up a song, me and my friend, we made up a song basically. Like the whole system of, I can't remember it now, but we made up a song. And I remember the question came up in my GCSE and I just started kind of like singing the song to myself. I only went and got a bloody A star, didn't I?
Yeah, that's a great way to remember. I've read a book on remembering stuff because I'm absolutely, as you know, just diabolical. I have to set my alarm was gone off last week in the podcast because I have alarms
for everything.
For absolutely everything. If I've got even a meeting or hair appointment, I have to set an alarm for it. So I read a book on it, and if you make like that sort of novel song you're saying, there's a better chance you're remembering it. Yeah. Definitely, all that kind of stuff works.
So we will have to leave it there, I think, for today. But I am super excited to listen to the top three, the 3 things that you would take out from your household chores list. And also, what's your guilty pleasure music? And is it worse than Dean's?
And also, please, if you listen to on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review for the podcast because
we love reading the reviews.
We love reading them, and it really helps to like bump up the ratings, which obviously helps with more people getting access to it because they don't really look below 10, maybe. Well, if you're in the top 10, you get more chance of listeners.
Dean's dying to get us back in the top 10.
Yeah, we're hovering around 12th. So
we get so many lovely messages on Instagram of people giving us feedback from the podcast and, saying things. And that's really lovely to have. But it would also be great if you could please leave a review as well so other people can hear your opinions of the show as well. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening.